Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our Saturday morning yoga basics. Come on in. Feel free to type a comment, and we're going to get started. Let's actually get started in a standing position and work our way down. I'm going to do a slight adjustment on my camera. And like I said, feel free to say hi. Let me know who's here this morning. And if there's anything that you need in particular out of your practice today. There we go. Okay, yeah, what are we needing today? How is everyone feeling? Are you feeling stressed out? What's going on? What do we need to move in our bodies? So this is our yoga basics. And this is an interactive kind of space, so I'm a real big fan of talking to the people who are here. And let's go through like, hi Shaylin. Always use neck and back. Great. Thank you so much for sharing and welcome this morning. We'll work on fundamentals of standing, seated, reclining, and even maybe some sort of balancing or arm balancing spaces, but from the most fundamental space, all right? And we build from our fundamentals. The fundamentals always offer us something to learn. All right, so we had Claudia's on YouTube, yay, saying good morning, and oh, you're on both places. Neck and back stretches, anyone else? Anyone else that we're feeling the need, something that you want to work on? This isn't the only time that you can talk to me, so please feel free to type in. I'm going to try to keep my glasses on so that I can see. And why don't we get started coming to the top of our mat, wherever you want to be, right? We don't, all of that top of the mat kind of stuff, that's all relative to a studio when we're not about to knock into anybody unless you're sharing space with somebody in your home. But so come to a comfortable way of standing. Your feet can be as wide apart as you like. We're just not going like super wide for right now. But some of us really prefer to have the feet a little further apart. Others of us can stand with ease with our legs closer together. So feel out where you are, starting in our mountain. Gentle neck stretching. Good morning, Randy and Raina. Hi, Raina. Yay. This is a great fun little crew. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways here a little bit. When we're standing, no matter what, try not to lock those knees back. See, I've locked them back, so I just let them go here. Now, notwithstanding my lack of rear profile here, we don't want to be sticking the butt back and out. So can you feel out your pelvic bowl to know that equal space where we're not pushing forward here or sticking it back? All right, who knew that standing could have so many elements? If you feel the eyes, wiggle the toes for no other reason other than to feel them. Yoga means to create a connection, to create that union. So let's just start to unite with, hey, toes, how you doing? All right, so we had upper back and neck as a request. Feel free to type any more in there if you've got some desires that are moving in your body. Let's tilt the chin down and lift the chin up. Now try not to create any strain. Okay, you don't want to be seeing stars. You don't want to stop your ability to breathe in the throat as we're moving. Bringing some care and attention into how we move. And then let that move into a neck rotation. I find that having my eyes closed here allows me to get a little less dizzy, but for some people it's the exact opposite. So feel out what works for you. Ooh, I just felt something in my upper back as I'm rotating here. Didn't even know that was there. Change direction. Now I have to resist the urge to want to like attack that zone that just crept up, that's a little twingy, and what I really know that is better to do is to bring some balance into movement into the whole body rather than just isolating on the area that we consider a problem. And that can be hard, especially if it's a chronic pain. Let's come to center because it dominates all of our attention. Let's breathe in and reach up. Maybe come on to the tippy toes. Feel your ankles, feel your shins. My ankles wanted to go a little wobbly here. Can you feel your calf muscles? If you try to stand a little taller, do you feel your calf muscles kind of squeeze? And then let the calves go and squeeze again. Can you breathe at the same time that you do all of these things? Can I say that our toes all deserve a great shout out for being able to hold our body weight here? Amazing toes. And we'll bring the heels down and let the upper body go. So you can have those knees bent. You could shake the head gently left and right or up and down so that we become familiar with how much resistance we're dealing with in the muscles of the upper back and shoulders to let that neck go. And slowly curl the tailbone under, rolling up, feeling the muscles up and down the spine as we come up to standing. I'm going to reach the arms out and let's find some wrist rotations. Here's my true confession on my RSI or my carpal tunnel in my right hand. And it's really started over COVID. And you'll be like, well, I guess you're typing more on your computer. No, you want to know what the offender is? It's the darn little pop-up thing on the back of my phone. It's me holding my wrist like this with my phone. So I need this. Flare the fingers. And also, Belinda, put your phone down, right? And change direction. Or at least I should start reading my New York Times and my Washington Post on my laptop instead of trying to read the whole paper on my phone. Now, if the shoulders are getting tired from having these arms out, bend the elbows. Start to notice, oh, I'm doing that to myself. Good. Let's breathe in and reach. Let's come up to the tippy toes again. Feel the difference. Is anything feeling stronger, a little bit more awake? And exhale, lower everything down. See if you can relax your tummy. Build your awareness of feeling a belly, feeling our sides, feeling our organs. You could always bring your hands and touch your legs, massage. Wake up your awareness, your stimulation of being in your body. And we'll roll the spine up. I'm going to reach those arms out one more time. I'm going to take the right arm across, and you could just hug behind this shoulder, or you could hook. If you're going to do the hook, do it above the elbow joint, not on it. Breath in. Exhale, let's twist to the left. Can you grow tall through the back of your neck a little? What does it feel like to bring your attention and your intention there? And let's release, spreading the arms open wide, shoulders down, other side. Remember, you could just stay with this hug. I'll do that on this side. Breath in. Exhale, twist. And try to notice up and down your back, where are you aware of the twisting, of the spiraling, of any tension? I can actually feel it in my low back here and a little bit in between the shoulder blades. Back to center. Breathe in. Let's reach, circling those arms up. Exhale, come on forward. Good. Let's bend the knees and wrap the arms behind the knees. Pull the butt down. Hold the arms and resist as you try to pull the chest up. Now tuck the chin up and down. As we feel this resistance pull, notice any emotions that want to pop up here. Maybe we're feeling angry. Maybe we're feeling like, oh man, I don't want to do this. Or can you back off? How can you make this a pleasant curiosity experience? And let's release. Let the upper body go. Deep breath. Sigh it out the mouth. Let's do that again. And everybody try to make a sound. Breath in. Making a sound just for the sake of making a sound. Rolling the spine up. So much of our actions and our behaviors are led now having to have some result other than just doing it for the sake of feeling it. Okay, I'm going to shift into my left leg and lift the right. Feel the belly. Try not to lean back or forth, or at least notice, do you do that? Are you like, well, why? This feels cool. All right, putting a lot of load on the back. So here I'm just transferring it into the belly. And the belly could be like, I didn't ask for that. It's cool. So we're all coming to this party today. I'm going to bring this leg down, shift into this leg, and lift. Feel it out. Feel out whatever balance or imbalance is going on in our feet. Say it's going to be all right with the breath. We're not trying to win the Olympics here. And bring the foot down. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms out wide. We're going to cross again and twist. Push the legs down. Lift through the upper body. Release. Opening those arms out wide. Hi, Elizabeth. Exhale, other side. Make a sound anytime you wish. You don't have to be cued to be in your body the way you want to be. And release, breathing in, lifting, maybe a little back bend, pushing the hips forward. Feel your belly area stretching, being exposed, which is a really scary place for many of us to be. And exhale, let that upper body go. Ooh, feel the weight of the world literally rolling off our shoulders. Okay, another chair. Bending the knees, wrapping the arms behind us, dropping the butt down, using the arms for resistance, pulling the chest up and away. Keep the gaze down, breathe intentionally. How about this? Try to stamp your feet down intentionally. Notice what muscles awaken or you start to be aware of it. Good. Next, side to side. Ooh, like you're trying to take ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. I'm going to let out a few on this one. I know the heat's building in that chair. Everybody choose. You don't need to white knuckle in this. And let it go. Change our approach to being in our bodies and doing things for fitness in our bodies. Change that approach to one of kindness. It doesn't have to be the tightest, the hardest, the most clenchiest. Yeah, I'm making up words. We'll roll up the spine patient, let the arms dangle. And maybe check in right now. How's that back feel? How's the neck feel? There's a little bit of heat maybe from those chairs. Shifting the weight into the left leg. Asking that right leg to lift. And then straighten it out. Now for some of us, this is where we're going to be. See if we can stay in the mountain and lift. Maybe lift a little higher, maybe not. Now we're going to step it back. Take your time. You could take a few steps on purpose. Maybe you're saying, I want to take a great big step. All right, I'm going to stay on the back toes though. So maybe hold a wall, a person. Finding a lunge, letting the chest stay up. You can get sassy with it. Maybe bend the right knee a little. Don't go for the gusto. And straighten. Push the heel back. Ooh. Good. Now we're going to come back up. Did we have to hold our breath to do that? No judgment, just checking in. All I do, I'm really recognizing, I think I've known it for a long time, a huge tool of the way I teach is I just ask questions. Well, that's what you to figure out. But I just ask questions. Hopefully letting your mind kind of go, Am I doing that? I don't know. Building awareness muscle. That's all we're doing in yoga. Rooting into the right leg, left leg, Feeling how standing on one leg doesn't have to be that complicated. And life is going to require us to stand, with a little less root now and again, sometimes more than others. How do we maintain some of that chill, some of that stability, and extend? It doesn't have to be the highest or the bestest. Be grateful that everything is being contained. Our heart is still beating, right? Our nervous system is still doing so much. And step it back. Take your time. Remember, you could feel your way. Maybe you need that stability. Is it okay with you? I know that I don't get okay sometimes with needing to show a little bit of vulnerability or to be able to ask for help. Ask for help. right? I was an only child for 10 years, and the oldest child my whole life. I'm just like, I got this, right? And what is the harm in taking a few steps, in having a little bit of ease, a little poise? And sink. Ooh, feel the front of that thigh, feel the back of that heel. Now see if that back heel, if you can straighten it, and what connects to what in the front of that leg. Where's your breath? Where's your kindness? Not trying to be perfect here. All right, I'll confess, I was trying to, I got a camera on me and all that kind of stuff, right? Breath. All right, we're gonna come on up to standing. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, let's take it forward. Now, if your hands can touch the floor, go ahead, let them rest on the floor. You could bring a block down here or a stool if your hands don't reach the floor. Let's not make this be a struggle space. And let's pedal the heels up and down. We've been standing in our feet for a little while, so your toes and some muscles in your feet might be getting a little tired. Intention takes work. Sometimes we're amazed at like little things that we do and go, why am I feeling fatigued from that? Let's not try to have any shame in that. Just notice. I'm going to walk the hands forward and pull the chest up and then round the spine. A little bit of cat and cow standing. Breathe in, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Be okay with the very minimal amount of movement. And round. Call it simplicity, and inhale. Do we really want to embody simplicity? And round. Or are we always looking for a way to make something more complex? Good. We're going to bring the hands down. Walk your feet back to down dog. So just take your time. Walk the feet back, pushing the butt up to the sky, making your body into an inverted V. And now we'll pedal those heels up and down. If you get tired, always feel free to bring those knees down. You can reapproach as much as you like. If your wrists are feeling like you're dumping or collapsing into the heels of the wrists, try to press weight deliberately, standing into the knuckles of each digit of your fingers. Now, if you're still with us and you want, especially the neck shoulder requesters, see about some shoulder rotations here. What wants to move here? Or have we made that area so rigid with our thoughts and our demands? And let's all gradually bring the knees down when you're ready. And we'll sink back for child's pose. First time that we are absolutely off of our feet. Knees wide, let the chest and the belly fall in between the thighs. I have flipped my palms up. That rotation in the arms offers me a little bit of a different movement in the shoulders. Sometimes the stress that we're feeling in certain body parts are from doing things the same way all the time. And so these shoulders have a tremendous range of movement, and so if we only limit our movement to the same kind of movement, just changing and doing a different movement can offer release. Can you breathe in the upper chest? Feel the breath in between your shoulder blades. And let's walk ourselves forward to laying down on our bellies. Go ahead and just turn your head to one side. We might need to move some body parts out of the way. Feel as much of your belly and your abdomen resting on the floor. Legs as close together as you can. This is our first time now with our whole body lying frontally onto the floor. This is the most amount of body mass that we've had laying on the floor. Can you let the flesh relax around your bones and just scan the body and notice what you're feeling? What are you feeling in the skin, in your groin, your abdomen, around the ribs, armpits, the back of the neck, front of the throat? Where do you feel your most body weight and pressure? What's good about it? What's uncomfortable, and can you make some adjustments? Then turn your head to the other side. And before we come out, see how many muscles you can actually ask to deliberately let go. Lying on the earth gives us the opportunity to not have to hold our bodies anymore, right? Standing erect, Homo erectus, standing erect requires so many muscles to hold the body vertically against gravity. But here, we don't have to do anything. Will you let it? Will you let nothing happen? And how does it feel when certain muscles do start to release? Is there an aching? Is there a dullness? What's going on when they're trying? Is it hard for them to let go? Try not to judge anything you notice, you become aware of in your yoga. We're here to connect to that awareness, bringing equilibrium. I'm going to bring the hands out in front of me. Rest the forehead as best you can, although I do have some chest flesh kind of greeting my chin here. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Now tighten your tummy against the floor. Try to tighten those muscles. Now relax. Ask yourself, was I squeezing my belly or my butt? Can I just squeeze my belly and go? Can I squeeze my belly and breathe at the same time? Maybe try to make a sound while you're doing this and notice if it disengages and relax. It's okay if nothing happens. It's okay if everything clenches. We're building this awareness. Okay, one more time. Tighten the belly and lift your chest and your head. Keep the gaze down. Tighten the tummy. Is it easier to tighten the tummy here? Can you tighten the tummy and unsqueeze the butt? And lower. When you lower, let go. So I have some soft ache in my low back, and me letting that tension go, ooh, I'm feeling like a little dull ache. I'm going to do it one more time. Tighten the tummy, lift the gaze, push down with the arms, draw the shoulders back. Now, lift as much of your thighs off the floor. You will have to squeeze your butt. Breathe. Don't lift the legs if the back is aching. Lower the legs if the back is aching. Try to find the equilibrium where there is no ache, but you are still engaged in the working. Soften. Our engagement doesn't have to be extreme for it to be valid. Breath. Lift one arm and lower. Lift the other arm. Keep the gaze down and lower. Now go ahead and push both arms down. Lift the chest. Lift the legs slowly. Lower everything down. Turn your head to one side. Turning our head to the other side. Bring your hands down alongside your waist, and we're going to start to work a little bit of some flowing movements to build up some heat and fluid movement in the body. You find your pace. I'm going to call things out, but don't worry about trying to keep up. Let's breathe in as we push our way up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes and lift the hips down dog. Maybe separate the arms wider. Maybe you want to do a little of those shoulder rotations. Pushing the heels back, squeezing the thighs. Breathe in. Look forward. We'll bring the right knee down, letting that ground us so we can step the left foot up. If you don't need that as a transition, just step up to the top of the mat. Step the other leg up. Roll the spine up to standing. Breathing in, lift through the waist. Try to soften your shoulders and ask the waist to lift you. And then forward fold, let go. Palms down. I'm going to step back to plank. So I'm going to step back, bring one knee down, step the other knee down. Remember, if you don't need that, don't do that. Hands and knees plank. Maybe extended plank. Lower yourselves down as you breathe out. Where's the calm inside of us? Walk those arms back out in front of us. Breathe in and lift the chest. Push the hands down. Lift the legs. Don't pinch the back. Breath. And lower. Walk the hands back. Soften the muscles in your body. And then press your way up to hands and knees. Lift the butt. Drop your head down. Downward facing dog. What does elongation feel like? Lengthening in parts of your body. Creating a spaciousness. What do you want to fill that space with? Or do you just want to let that feel free and spacious? What is your body asking for? Areas that are starting to have to work on strengthening and holding you. What are we learning about how much we can hold ourselves and support ourselves and rely on support? We're going to come up to the top of the mat. So maybe a knee down first and stepping. Maybe you're taking one long stride. And let's roll the spine up ever so patiently. Breath in, reach. Good. Exhale, bring it down. We're going to step the right leg back to the toes. Breathe in, pull the chest up. Can you sag the hips down? And straighten the front leg to the best of your ability. Oh, what's different? Now, how do you not go to the extreme here? There's probably more than enough feeling going on in the calf. Maybe the back of the left leg, the upper leg, maybe the low back. Sometimes I can feel feelings and I'm just like, I don't know where it is. It just feels pretty loud. And that's legit too. Can we just calm, slow, wait, feel, and let the brain turn off? We get to start to notice how much the brain is like, I must know all the things. We could say, but can you just be quiet and we're going to feel. We're going to learn how to gain knowledge through feeling. Going to bend the left leg and step the right foot up. You might need a couple of steps on that one. And we'll step the left leg back. Now if you need to bring the knee down, feel free to bring it down. If you can lengthen here, we can feel a little bit of spaciousness. Remember what I said about lengthening in the hips, in the spine, in the belly? But that might be an area of the body that's like, I didn't ask for all this length. Or it could just be saying, slow it down. I want it, but not all of it today. And so we develop all of these listening skills in our yoga. And straighten. What are the areas in the spine that are saying, wait a minute, slow down? For me, it's my absolute low back. The rest of my spine is like, ooh, let's do it. But the back of my right calf is also going, maybe, could we slow down, everybody? Not so much. Could we maybe come up with a 2-week plan? A 1-month plan, a lifetime plan, whatever it is, because we don't have a goal. Good. Bend the right knee. We're going to step the left foot up. Okay, feet could be separated. We're going to do that chair again. Bend the knees, wrap the arms, pull the chest. Breathe. Keep the gaze down. Let the shoulders be pulled down. Let the belly breathe. Good. We're going to release the arms. Lift the arms. Come all the way up to standing. Breathe in. Look up. Exhale. We're going to take it back to the chair. Bend the knees. Bring the arms back behind. Give it a good wrap. Maybe think about something that has ticked you off this week. And pull. Feel where it's living inside of you. Feel the fight that it's creating in you. Not with anybody else. And then we're going to soften, release. Ooh, come to the chair and say, okay, I'm going to set you free. I'm going to stand on up. and say, you're gone. Get on up out of me. You don't get to take any more residence. Come on back down. Last one. We're just feeling a little bit of heat. Bending the knees. We're going to do the pull. Or you could just hang out here. You don't have to do the pull. But if you've got a little bit more juice, if you've got some sort of anger, some sort of mad that you want to exorcise, let's do it. Now let's reach. Thank those legs. Feel the heat in your body. Thank your will to live. Thank everything about existing right now. Breathe. And come on forward. All right, you can let your arms dangle. Some of you, because we've been in this pose a couple of times, this forward fold is a pose called Uttanasana. Some of you might want to see if, maybe there's a little bit more, right? Everything's warmed up. You could bring the hands behind your calves, trying to ask the top of your head to come toward the floor. Now is the key is, can you soften the bones in your spine between your shoulder blades? Can you soften all of the flesh, all of the sinews? So that means you got to let the shoulders sag. And that's hard if you're saying, but I thought I was pulling my head to the floor and I only pull things using my shoulders. Is that true? Good. We're going to release the arms and step our way to hands and knees. Going to a child's pose. If you didn't do it before, you could flip those palms and just feel the difference. Letting the head fall. And let's come up to a seated space. I'm going to take a peek up here. All right, so I've still got neck and upper back. If folks have something else that you wanted to add into this, let me know. If you have a strap, you may want to get your strap nearby, and it's all right if you don't have one, or you could use a scarf or a belt. Find a way that's comfortable sitting. You could be sitting on a block, you could be sitting on a stool or some pillows. I'm going to get the strap and I'm going to hold the strap with my arms out a little wider than shoulder distance. And I'm going to pull apart and then try to slide. Here I'm going to exaggerate it by pulling my shoulder blades up. Slide the shoulder blades down. Now grow tall through the back of the neck. Try not to round the spine. Sit the chest up. This is your whole torso holding itself unsupported. Use the tension pulling the arms apart to give you structure and sturdiness. Chin down and up. Slow your roll. Especially on the down, we might really enjoy what we're feeling in the shoulders. Good. Let's twist from the waist. Keep pulling apart, shoulder blades down, back to center. Twist from the waist, not the shoulders, so we may not move very far. Let the belly breathe. Good. Come to center. Now I'm going to keep the tension and let my left hand come to the floor, and I'm pulling up with the right. Soften in your waist, your shoulder. You can work the neck any way that you like. Let your breath fit in this space. All right, now, hear my words. Keep pulling up with the right hand. And just let the left hand come off the earth like half an inch. Keep pulling both arms. Now let your waist lift you up. Feeling the center of you lift, and then we'll get ready for the other side. Slow, patient, mindful, side bending. Once that hand is flat, pulling up, maybe turning the chest open, sink both butt cheeks down. Find a nice sweet spot for your neck or find some movements for your neck. Breath in. Breath out, shoulder blades down. All right, so I'm still pulling up with the left hand. I'm going to lift the right hand off the earth just an inch or so. Keep pulling. And now ask your side muscles, waist muscles, belly muscles to bring us up. I'm going to lower those arms out in front of me, pulling apart. Keep that tension as we come up and over. Now you might find that you need to slide the hands apart, but just try to find that sweet spot where, you're still getting some stretch, but you don't have to bend the elbows. And up. Sit up tall in the chest. You could work the neck here too. Good, I'm going to set the strap aside. Let's do a few shoulder rotations, neck getting all in there. Good, I'm going to lengthen my legs out toward the front of the mat. Your legs could be as wide as your mat as you like. Let's point and flex, taking a little bit more of a load off of those feet. Maybe do that nice little vibration, shaking it out. And we'll sit up tall. Maybe clear out a little flesh there. Shoulders down. Breath in. Exhale. Let's twist, splitting the arms. Drop those shoulders. Let this area lift us up and bring it back up and over. Feel your belly twisting, belly twisting. Inhale it back up. Exhale, come on forward. Let those arms fall where they may. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. Let the upper body go. Let your neck go. Now see if you can soften your tummy. Want to feel your tummy moving, expanding and softening. Maybe bring your hands to the back of the head with a gentle pull downward and shoulders pulling back. Breathe into any tight spot. And let go if it's getting too intense. We don't need to add to intensity to make it valid. And we'll roll the spine up. Good. Let's walk the feet in. Lifting. So those feet can be apart, you guys. All right, so some of us can have the feet apart. Some of us, if you want to work super duper core, go ahead and bring the legs together, clap them together, hold them there. Okay, I'm never going to shame anybody on wanting to have a little bit more intensity. You know how much you need. You know what's doing nothing, and you know what's doing too much. But here is the space of honesty in our practice. We want to feel that heat, feel our grounding. Maybe lift one leg. I said maybe. Switch if you're lifting. Good. Breath in, lift the chest. And we'll exhale, straighten the legs and come forward. Soften the belly, soften the head, deep breath. Rolling the spine up. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. And we'll twist. Ask this section of us to revolve. Spine lifting. Belly expanding. Don't wring yourselves out like a dish towel. Okay, we don't want that much tension. We don't want that much aggression. Let it be soft and delicate like it's tissue paper that you don't want to fray. But it's so soft, so delicate. And gently release, and we'll come around to the other side. Yeah, let's stay with that tissue paper kind of. We've dampened tissue paper. And that's our body, and we're lifting it up, and now we're twisting it. We're going to be that delicate. We still want a little bit of water to come out, but we don't want to twist it and tear it apart. we know that too much tension on that tissue would tear it, would destroy it. That's not the intention we're putting into this. You could bring the neck into this as well, turning left and right. You could do it really slowly with still tissue paper. And release. If there is anything to really start to pay attention to in your yoga is how you're moving in your body, how you're treating, how do you exert force on your body, and what's behind that. Because we want to come into yoga first, non-harming, kindness. And we can come forward. And roll the spine up, lifting the head left, and coming forward. So start to find a rhythm for yourself and just notice, how are you moving? Are you kind of yanking your body around like a Raggedy Ann doll? Are you treating it delicately like that tissue paper? And what does it need? Does it need a little bit more firmness? Are there areas up and down the spine that need you to linger and give it more attention? We only develop that ability to have that conversation by returning to our mat and returning to our mat. And please note that I'm not saying we're returning to our mat to get a perfect split or a perfect anything, or even to improve the health of my hip joint or whatever. No, we're here to gain awareness about how we occupy our bodies and our minds. Your body will find more balance if you start to give it that attention. I'm going to hold here. And you're creating a genuine conversation with right now, what is your back telling your hips, telling your thighs? And in order for you to stay, what do you need to do to create some equilibrium? Maybe you need some pillows here to rest on so that so much weight isn't putting so much pressure on some joints. Or maybe you're the opposite and you need to let some muscles unclench in the groin and your spine will find freedom to sink. Do you even know how to listen to the parts in you that are asking you to let go or to seek support? And that's all a part of your journey on your mat for you to learn. I don't know where you need support. I don't know when you're over-controlling or white-knuckling. All right, some of you guys, I've worked with you long enough that I can see how you're moving in your body. That may not be the truth. But it isn't my work. That's not my job. My job is to bring my gaze in here and to be honest with myself and go, boop, you could have let that go. Boop, this one needs some help. All right, let's widen the legs out. And point and flex. And let's hold in the point. Do you feel the skin stretching on the top of that foot all the way into the shin? Where do you feel it stopping? Or, for some of you, is the contraction on the underside, right? The calf and the Achilles tendon and the arch, they're contracting. Are they cramping? I used to get arch cramps all the time on this, realizing, I wasn't asking the calf or the Achilles to do more. And it took forever for my body to go, the calf and the Achilles could be doing something? And my arches were like, yo, calves, Achilles, help me out, right? Because they had just never spoken to each other in that way. If you are getting that cramp, let go. Breathe. But can you still feel more stretching through the muscles in between the bones in the foot and on the top of the skin? Is it loving, or are you really pulling it? Good. Let me just get to feel. How do we exert energy in ourselves? And I've let that go. I'm going to twist now, just from here. Twist. Let the sit bones push down. Squeeze your thigh muscles maybe, a little. Don't go to your max. Sit up tall and twist. Breath. And let's do that from here and see what else happens. Push the legs down. Lift the spine up. Breath in. Exhale. See if the belly wants to revolve a little bit more. Remember tissue paper. Okay, so we're just going gradually. How you feeling? Can you feel your spinal column? Vertebrae stacked on top of vertebrae. Don't let your desire for super duper twist overdo in the body. We're working together. Breath in. Push the legs down. Lift the belly. Exhale. Twist. Twist. Oh, twist. Oh, good stuff. All right, now I'm going to come forward. I'm going to stay in the twist. Come forward. Now, if you've got a stack of pillows or a blanket, you could always just rest that here. Others of you, if you feel like you don't need that or you want something a little lower, cool. Please note that I'm not saying now smash your head to your legs. Just let your upper body go. If anything finds contact and rest, great. If it's uncomfortable to leave your head dangling, maybe put a pillow here and let your head rest. That would be your body saying it needed support and you listening. Now maybe those inner thighs are feeling too stretched apart. You can change that angle. Let's see if we can find a few breaths here. Notice what is resisting or fighting anywhere in the body. What's wanting to let go? And is the inability to do so about a physical limitation? Or is it about a mental resistance? A spiritual or emotional resistance? Fully breathe. What's your right leg doing? What's your left wrist doing? How about the backs of the hamstrings, both of them? Are you letting your body weight sink, or are you using muscles to prevent the sinking? And let's gradually come up. Remember, I'm only poking in a couple of questions here and there. Woo! All right, now we're going to get ready for the other side. Take your time. I'm just going to work it out a little bit of shoulder, a little bit of neck, a little fluidity. Sometimes when we hold spaces for a while, we need to kind of juice it up before I can get ready to hold the other. So I'm going to squeeze the thighs, position my hands for this twist. Let that give me leverage to lift the chest, breath in, and then exhale, twisting. Start to notice, did you snatch your neck around? Did you twist your shoulders? Or could you just root in the sit bones and twist the belly? And could that simplicity be enough? What's it about when other parts of the body seemingly are independently doing their own thing? Is that true? Or have we just gotten used to doing something habitually and we don't even know how to own up to, I'm disconnected from that. If anything yoga does is shows us what we're disconnected from. And then equally what we have a craving to be connected to. Breath in, sit up, push the legs down, exhale, twist the belly. Ooh, what moved that time. Make sure you're not forcing. We're still doing everything out of kindness with ourselves. So I'm starting to get a little cramp, a little twinge in this left hip, so I'm going to stop squeezing that leg so tight. And that hip's like, thank you. And surprisingly, my waist actually moved more. So I was overdoing that tension in that hip. Breath in, sitting up, exhale. Let's see if there's any more revolving and being content with whatever happens. And now I'm going to come forward. Maybe grab that pillow. Ooh. And actually on this side, I'm feeling more resistance along my left waist. Letting the breath ease in there, telling myself I'm not in a rush, not in any hurry, not in a race. I'm here to find out what's going on. What needs a little hug? What needs a push of encouragement? What needs a massage? What just needs to move and feel the range that this body has to offer today? It could be that simple. And gradually bringing ourselves back up. All right, now you might want your pillow here. So some folks really like to have a pillow out in front. You could even put it out in front of you a little longer so that it helps you not rest the belly. I'm going to flex the toes so that the muscles are stretching in the backs of the legs. Tilt the tailbone back a bit, pulling the chest up and forward. And that might be like, hey, right? You're hearing the inner song going on in your body. But if your body's like, oh, okay, we'll lean the chest forward. All right, so remember, if I'm here, my belly has already got a place that it's resting, and it's like, this is good. Others of you might say, oh, you know what? My hips want to move more. It doesn't need my belly to have that support. Maybe the hips do want to move and hinge, and my stop point came here, so I can rest on the forearms on the pillow, or the forearms without the pillow. And I noticed my shoulders were really tensing to prevent my body weight from sinking, so I just softened the shoulders. Starting to let the body fold forward. And we're all going to have a different spot, a different stop point. Soften around your intensity. Soften around your expectation. Maybe you're making a sound. And I'm going to slowly bring ourselves back up. Your legs might like an assist for us to help bring those legs in. That's very legit. I'm going to come to the knees for a moment. And if you can, okay, so if your ankles and your knees will accept this, legs together, sitting the butt back, feeling some compression against the calf muscles, the thighs, the hip weight onto the top of the feet. Some people's tops of the top of the feet don't even like that much stretch. If you're okay right here, maybe see about the hands coming here. So this is very contraindicated for any knee issues. So just stay sitting on your butt if this is not the right place for you. But if you can go further, maybe start to push the hips up, lifting the rib cage, opening your collarbones, and bring the butt back down. And if you've got it in you to do it one more time, go ahead. So we squeeze the butt, we start to push the hips up. Think about it as pushing your shins down to lift the hips. Open the chest. Breathe in whatever space we're creating. And lowering those hips down. And we'll come on down to lying down on our backs. If you do have your pillow or a block, I really would prefer a pillow or a rolled up blanket, okay? I'm going to put the pillow behind me. I had to think about that for a minute there, gang. And I'm going to lift myself up to sitting on my pillow. And that could be a stack of blankets, giving yourself, 4 inches, 5 inches of height. But nice firm stuff, not some super squishy polyfill. Now, I'm going to lay myself down, letting my shoulder blades rest. So my hips are raised. Now, if you're getting any twinges in your back, you might need to lower the amount of height. So maybe remove a blanket or two. And see if you can bring the legs together. Adjust your head for comfort. Start to let and encourage the body to let go. For those of you who were looking for some of that upper back, neck stuff, you could bring your hands behind the head, gently pulling the chin up a bit here. But you have to really sag in the neck and shoulders. Or you could just call it good enough and hang out here, or do a little of both. How much does getting some space down here, down in the lower body, help how we carry the upper body? If that area is stronger and more free, does the upper body take on less of that pressure? Check in on any muscles that still haven't let go. Backs of the knee, buttocks, low back, front of the belly. Front of the chest. Let the back of your body seek the earth. Wherever we are, just slide the heel to bring the foot in. Try not to even lift it, just slide it to bring it in. Having the legs in the bridge position, and we're going to just gently lift the hips and try to slide, scooch the pillow blankets out of the way, but keep the hips lifted. And we'll come into a bridge and make it the laziest bridge possible. Let the butt hang. Let the body weight sink onto the shoulders. And we'll lower the hips down. Let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. And bring the left knee up into the chest, pulling that right shin to us. Remember what I said about how we treat ourselves. Make sure that you're not yanking or tugging in an aggressive way. Shoulders soft, jaw is soft. Gaze is soft. You can be soft inside of you and strong and held together all at the same time. And we'll bring the left foot down and change gently, switching to the left ankle above right knee. Maybe give yourself some space before pulling that knee up. Practicing patience, practicing just being present and fully aware of what's going on. If we're always moving from thing to thing, how do we get to be aware of anything as it's happening? We're always trying to look back and try to remember something that we weren't even paying attention to. So here is the space. Pay attention to how the vertebrae in your spine are resting on the earth. Is that valid and worthy of your attention? Feel how your shoulder muscles are holding the bones in your upper chest. Do they need to be doing as much work as they're doing? Feel how your low back and that left hip are feeling as you're pulling that shin toward the belly. Feel the breath going in and out of your belly and your chest. And we'll release the left foot down, uncross the left leg. Both feet are down, and we'll let both knees drop to the left, little low body twist. How heavy are those knees? Imagine how heavy both legs are, and are you letting that weight go? And up and over to the other side. Let go. come to center patiently, slowly. We'll bring both knees into the chest. Hug the knees in, maybe wrapping behind the knees. Push your back into the floor on purpose. Now find the sweet spot where you're not straining to do it and you haven't completely let go either. And then straighten the legs up to the sky. Let the arms rest. And try to use the least amount of effort that you can to hold these legs here, where they're still lifted, but you barely notice that you're doing work to do it. If that means you got to bend those knees, bend it. What's your most calm, relaxed breath? Accepting everything about your physical being, about your breath being, your mental being. And we'll bring the legs down and position ourselves for Savasana. So maybe you're just lying down flat here. Some of you might want to use the pillow again, bringing it maybe under your hips or under your knees. If your back gets achy from lying down flat on your back, you could always bring the bottoms of the feet together, knees open. Or maybe just take the legs back to bridge. Do the adjustments you need for your shoulders, your hips, your legs, for you to be able to lie still. So arrange yourself and position yourself for lying still where you are right now. Feel the backs of your heels and your toes, and let them sink heavy into the floor. Feel your calf flesh, the backs of your kneecaps, the backs of your thighs, softening and melting into the earth. Soften your hips and your buttocks. Let them sink heavy, heavy, heavy. Feel your organs, your low back, your chest. You don't need to hold them anymore. Shoulders heavy, elbows heavy. Release. Jaw is soft, eyelids heavy. Take your time as you start to wiggle your toes and your fingers and gradually bring yourselves upright. No rush. Up to a seated space that's comfortable for you. Practicing all of that listening. Bringing it all together in how you exist, how you move in your body, in your breath, in your mind. No longer separate units, disconnected from one another. And one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. If you wish to join a single Om, allowing the vibration of sound to permeate from our mind through our physicality out into the air as a sound wave to connect with one another. Deep breath. Hands at the heart center, the Anjali Mudra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings know happiness and the true causes of happiness. And may all beings be free from suffering and the true causes of suffering. Namaste. It's my honor to get to share practice with you all. I'm glad for everyone who came either live or is hitting us on demand. Check out more yoga if you need something a little more heat inducing. Maybe stick around for Empower Yoga that starts at 11:30, or you could see home yoga practice, basics, Tai Chi Qigong, Empower Yoga, Chakra Yoga on our playlists on our YouTube channel, so subscribe, or on our Facebook, follow us. It's been great to see you all. Share anything you find of value, go to our website, and if it's in your heart or your pocket, drop a couple of coins into the PayPal till, paypal.me/justbeyoga. All right, everyone. So glad to have you here. Thanks for coming on in, Randy. Good to have you. Shaylin, great, and Claudia, Raina, thank you all so much. Come on back for the hot stuff if you won't. All right. Have a great day. Go forth and do great things.